doing the keyhole neckline of the Big Chill vest, and as per the pattern I haven't cast off that last stitch, so it's still on my 8mm needle. So I'm just going to continue and pick up the stitches for the edge there, so going into the first stitch and we're picking up right on the edge of the neckline there. So just picking up and knitting the way down. I find it easier just to use my hands because it's quite thick yarn, just to find the next, where I need to pick up the next stitch. So you can just tease it open. I've got 14 stitches on that side now, and this is the stitch that was on hold at the bottom in the center, so I'm just going to pick that one up, and then we're ready to go up the other side. So, and just do the same thing, we're just picking up right on the edge of our work. A little bit looser on this side. Okay, and into that final corner there. Right, I've picked all of those up, and now all we need to do is cast them off just to create that border on our neckline. So grab the other end of your needle, and it doesn't matter that we're casting off on the wrong side, it actually creates a nicer look. So just casting off knitwise. Not tightly either, so we want to keep it reasonably loose, so I'm not pulling it very much at all. Okay, I'm just coming up to the last stitch of my casting off of that keyhole edge, so I'm not going to cast off that very last one because we are now going to use that to create our tassels. So just take your needles out. Let's just have a look at what we've done here. So you can see there's our beautiful keyhole, looking gorgeous. Grab a crochet hook. I am using a 8mm, but you can use 765. It just means you'll have a finer chain. So I'm just going to pop my crochet hook through that last stitch, and then holding the yarn I'm going to do a single chain crochet for my ties. So I am not by any means much of a crocheter. I have been learning, and so this is actually quite easy. It's the easiest way to create the tie, and the quickest. So all I'm doing, I've got the hook in the loop there, holding the yarn like so in my left hand, crochet hook goes under, and just hook it through. Okay, it's quite easy with this nice thick yarn, and I'm going to do that for 25 centimeters and then make a tassel. Show you how to do that, and then repeat on the other side. Obviously I haven't got a live stitch there, so I am just going to pop the crochet hook through the corner of the top of the neck line and start crocheting from that point for my tie on the other side. Okay, it's long enough now, so I am just going to tie that off. So snip about there and pass that through that last stitch. Right, and then I will attach the tassel to that end. So on the other side, grab your crochet hook again, spin your work around. So just go into that top corner with your crochet hook and push it through there, and let's start crocheting our tie on the other side. So just pull your yarn through and holding the yarn again, start crocheting on that side. And obviously we'll weave in the ends so that it's all, oops, nice and secure. Oh, see what I did? I just crocheted the tail. Not very intelligent. So I'll start that again. Let's go in there, and this time I'll grab the actual yarn and away we go. So you can see it creates, it's by no means perfect, but once it's all finished and steamed for blocking, it looks lovely. Hi, I've finished my big chill vest and I am now attaching the tassels. So to do that, I'm using this handy Unravelled thank you card, which is just the perfect size for the little tassels. Grab some leftover yarn, wind that around the card 6 or 8 times. Okay, and snip that off. Now let's grab another piece of yarn, probably about 10 centimeters. Thread that underneath our strands and just double knot it at the top, so that's going to hold them all together. Okay, and then we're going to snip the other end. Take that off the card. Right, let's just lie that flat. Grab another piece of yarn, about 15-20 centimeters, and sit your tassel on top of that. So this is just to tie off around the top there, so it's about 1 centimeter from the top. And again, we can double knot this. Just move it around into position. Sliding around a bit. Here we go. Double knot it. And I'm just going to wrap that one round each strand that I've tied just a couple of times around the top there. And just tie that off again. So those 2 strands that I've just tied, I will now thread onto a tapestry needle and thread them down into the tassel so that they are out of the way. So just under there, pull that down, that's one, and we'll trim them all off at the end. So the tassel is very handy for hiding all these ends. go. Right, now we are ready to attach it to our tie. So to do that, I'm going to thread each end and just pop it through the end of our tie, and do the same with the other end. Okay, and thread that through the end of our tie. Right, so I've got them both on there now, and we can knot those. And now it's attached. So, and do the same with all of those ends. So we've got the end of our tie, and then the two ends where I've attached the tassel. We're going to thread those down through into our tassel.